and thank you for coming and joining my Bulletproof Runner workshop. A little bit of background about me, because I think some of you might know me, but some of you not so well. My name is Victoria Liu. I'm the owner of this establishment, Iron Horse PT and Pilates. I've been a runner myself for over 30 years. I am a certified run coach, and I have 25 plus years of experience working with runners and triathletes. As I mentioned before, I work with really beginner runners and youth athletes as well, like 12, 13. I mean, because you have to run for most sports, right? Except for swimming and golf. So running is a skill, and I've worked with kids like that age and really beginner runners, and then I've worked with like professional runners and triathletes, right? So there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot and I love teaching, so that's why I decided to teach this workshop. Now, I did go through some of your questions, and we are going to go through a few things. I think some of you wanted to learn exercises and drills to help prevent injury, right? And I think some of you wanted to make sure your running form is correct. So this isn't a formal run gait analysis class, because for that I usually use a 3D software with a belt that collects data, and we look at things like dynamic hip stability, symmetry, magnitude of your impact, like how hard you're hitting the ground, shock absorption, and then your cadence. So when I do a run gait analysis, those are the things I'm looking at, and I actually have you on a treadmill and I look at 3 different angles. So we're not doing that today. That's like a different, that's a different beast. That can be like a one-on-one, but since a few of you mentioned the run form, we can go over that a bit, and we can run outside around the fountain, and actually the Iron Horse Trail is really close too. So it's really nice outside, so we can do that and can make some general recommendations on form. Something that a lot of people don't think about are their arms. Like most runners don't think about their arms, and if you carry something in your hand, like your phone or your water, I will say I can usually tell. Like when I put people on the treadmill, I'm like, you hold your phone in this hand, don't you? Or you hold your water, So I usually recommend the water belt so that it doesn't change your cadence or your gait pattern, because holding something in one arm will cause you to be asymmetric with your hip rotation, right? Because running is, again, on one leg all the time. So single leg work and your foot strength and your balance, how you land and how you control the landing from each stride matters, okay? So many of you probably do some form of strength training, but maybe you're not doing the right kind of strength training to really move you forward in your running or to prevent you from getting injured. Or many of you already have some injuries, so how do you continue to run with that, and how do you make them better? So those are kind of some of the things we're going to talk about today. Am I missing anything? Yeah, okay, because I did go through your survey in detail to make sure I hit everything. So if I don't cover something you guys wanted to know, please let me know. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our shoes off. So like I said, the feet are really important. So when it comes to strength training, there are 3 key areas that runners should be focusing on. One is your feet and your calves. One is your quads, and the other is your lateral hips, your lateral glutes. How many people thought it was like your glutes? Yeah, a lot of people. If you're a sprinter, yes, okay, you're gonna work posterior chain a lot more. So when you're running long distance, or if you're running slower, you're gonna significantly impact below the knee a lot more. So it's 6 to 8 times your body weight below the knee, right? So all these little muscles in here, your calves, your feet. But how many people actually strengthen their feet? No. Some of you do, maybe, right? But how many of you do your exercises barefoot? Yeah, he does a little bit, okay. But most people don't. They're wearing these cushioned, huge shoes, right? That dull your senses, okay. Imagine typing with gloves on. Okay? When you run with these big clunky, like super cushiony shoes, and you do all your strength training in these big clunky, super, cushiony shoes, you are depriving your body of important feedback from the floor, okay? And that feedback from the floor tells your brain what muscles to turn on and how quickly and in what order. That's motor recruitment, okay? Different from strength training. It's just like how your pattern of recruitment. So we're gonna start with your feet, okay? Go ahead and stand up for me. So